Okay, everybody, we are live. Thank you for coming tonight to Revealing RevShares Part 1. We're going to provide some information for you tonight that I believe is imperative for you and your knowledge. And you need to know this stuff if you're going to be inviting people to programs like this. You need to be educated and you need to know what's really going on here. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first I want to talk about RevShares and money. We need to know where the money that you're withdrawing actually comes from, okay? So we're going to talk about that for a second. The money that you withdraw on days that you can withdraw are from other members' purchases and deposits. That is traditionally how this thing works, okay? We all launch, we have a big, giant day, and everybody's all happy, and there's earnings all over the place, and everybody's happy for the day, and things are rolling around smoothly, okay? So the money you're withdrawing actually comes from other members' purchases. That's where it comes from, not making this stuff up. The members who purchase more at the beginning are able to amass more money in a shorter period of time. Okay, so they're able to withdraw more money more quickly and in a larger sum. So what I like to refer to this as your money magnet, okay? When you start in a program and a program is launching, the more money you start with, the bigger your money magnet. Okay, that's how these things traditionally work. That's why people who start with more end up making more. Put in 500, make 2,000 or something. With a lot of these programs that aren't properly drawn out and laid out, that's what happens. Okay, too much goes out too fast because people put in a large amount of money acting as their money magnet. Now, if members with higher pack ownership withdraw excessively and no new members or new money is added, everyone with the less packs are going to be stuck. Okay, why would they be stuck? Well, everybody purchased money on the first day. I mean, everybody put in money on the first day and purchased their packs, their advertising, whatever the program wants to call it, they're all in. Everybody's purchasing. It's crazy. Okay. When everybody withdraws the money and it's not a environment like a launch day, there isn't enough money coming in to pay out the money on the compounded packs that you've made. I mean, this is really obvious. So like, if you want to imagine this to yourself, how this works, it is X amount goes in and then X amount is multiplied and everybody wants to pull it out. Okay, so if there's no more coming in, how can any more come out? This is just general. This is not IntelliShares. This is in general. This is how this works. This is why we have 2-week programs. This is why we have 3-day programs, because I've been a part of a couple 3-day programs, and that sucks. Okay, that money's gone. I'm sure a lot of you listening right now, your money is gone because this is the way that it works. Everybody purchases and deposits. All the people who have the biggest money magnet pulls all the money out, and then there's no money. And the people with smaller shares, the people who purchased a share or even 20 or 30 shares, they get stuck. They stop earning, or the earnings go down to percentages of a penny, and it's ridiculous. Okay, when a program stops paying, it is not correct to label it as a scam. You got to really consider the fact that maybe the top leaders with all the commission withdrew all the funds directly, left nothing for you. Okay, admins actually have nothing to do with earnings besides how much goes out at a time of what is left. We don't print money. If we could, we'd have a really much nicer looking website and everything would be amazing and everybody would have like their dream car and dream house and we'd all be flying around on jets. But we don't print money. We only deal with what comes in. And I'm saying this generally for all RevShare companies. You have to understand that the admins only can deal with what they have. Okay, and that's just the way it is. So it really is because of the withdrawal habits of the large purchasers at the launch and the so-called top leaders, which we'll get into later. Okay, now I want to tell you where the money you withdraw should be coming from in a perfect world. Okay, company partnerships that generate income from affiliate traffic. Some of you are familiar with AdSense. Some of you know that every click on a page is worth a dime to somebody somewhere. Okay, that's where this should be coming from. That's where the money should be generated. On a Revshare website, the Alexa ranking is huge because people are all over it all day, constantly clicking, constant traffic. Do you have any idea how much that traffic is worth compared to the BS little $10 shares that we purchase? Okay, we're not being investors here. We're being silly, and we're not doing it the correct way. Together, we have the power to create a giant income just based on advertising money alone in the real world, okay? Not affiliate advertising. The real world of advertising we can produce with the traffic on our websites, okay? All the different websites. We can create a giant affiliate income that can be used to pay out advertisers. Okay, advertisers as in people who purchase advertising in a revenue sharing program and expect money in return for viewing other advertisers' ads. That's what we're talking about here. We got to have money that you're withdrawing should be coming from real products whose profits are, to some degree at least, provisioned to pay advertisers for their time. Okay, there are currently no programs that live up to this need in existence. We are going to be the first. Okay, everybody who's getting really, really impatient, really antsy, I just want to tell you that putting in the amount of time that we're putting into building an actual company and not just one of these RevShare programs is a giant, humongous undertaking. And we are so motivated to get it done for you that no matter what anybody says or does, we are going to follow through. Okay, you can believe us or you cannot believe us, but in a year from now, wherever you go, you're going to see that we're here still. Our brand is going to be huge. It's our dream. Let's go on to the next slide. Okay, I want to talk about what is a Ponzi scheme, because that word gets tossed around a lot, and I think that you should have a dictionary definition of what a Ponzi scheme is before you start looking silly for saying things you don't understand. Okay, so according to Google, you can go to Google and ask them. They have a lot of resources. They'll tell you the right stuff. Definition of a Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investing scam promising high rates of return with little risk to investors. Okay, I want you to notice a word in there: promising. Okay, the program has to be promising you something in order for it to really be a scheme. Okay, they're going to tell you one thing and do completely the opposite thing. So definitely arm yourself with that knowledge. When someone's calling something, ask them if they know what it means. Do you know what that actually means? Can you define it? Okay, well, there's loopholes and there's things in the world that exist that you need to know. Okay, you don't just want to go around calling things and get yourself caught up in stuff, and we'll get into that later. Okay, a Ponzi scheme generates returns for older investors. For example, in this kind of thing, people who are in on the launch day, by acquiring new investors. The scam actually yields the promised returns to earlier investors as long as there are more new investors. Okay, and normally these Ponzi schemes don't involve any type of tangible product. I want to tell you guys that INTELLAGROUP is not a Ponzi scheme. We don't intend to be a Ponzi scheme. We're not going to turn into a Ponzi scheme. When we woke up in the morning and everybody was, happy about this idea, we didn't say, oh, let's be a Ponzi scheme or anything like that. Let's get into that a little bit, okay? INTELLAGROUP is not an investment website. We don't promise, remember that word? We don't promise any returns. We promise real individuals to visit your website. Okay, INTELLAGROUP has real, tangible products for sale whose profits are provisioned to reward advertisers. Now, when I say reward advertisers, I'm talking about you, not members, not investors, or anything weird like that, because that's not reality. You guys are advertisers. You're purchasing advertising. What else could you be? INTELLAGROUP has a real partnership shopping hub. I'm not sure if anybody's been affiliated with any of these shopping hubs. It's similar to a giant internet shopping mall. Okay, we have hundreds of partnerships whose commissions earned are going to be provisioned to reward advertisers. Again, advertisers, that's you guys. INTELLAGROUP will not use only new member funds to reward advertisers. Look, we can't pay you if the revenues aren't there. If the revenues don't allow it, if the profits aren't there, if there's no percentage to turn around and give back to you guys, do you want a balloon full of air, or do you want us to get back to work, us all to work together as a community to use the hub and the shop to generate more money so that we can pay it out to our advertisers? That is a Revshare. That is a community. That is not a Ponzi scheme. That is a company. That is a dream, and that is going to be soon a reality. So please stop it with the, the Ponzi scheme stuff, okay? Next slide. PONZIs continued. In the event, this is really important. Like, screenshot this. I'll leave it up for an extra few seconds. You'll also have it in the recording. In the event that revenues generated are not sufficient to mature your current advertising packs, earnings will resume as soon as new revenues are generated. Packs never lose. However, they may take from X to XXX amount of time to expire, as shared revenues are dependent on total profits across INTELLAGROUP. Okay, INTELLAGROUP, including several companies that are outlined on the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, I'm sure you know somebody who is. Get that information from them because it's awesome. Hang it on the wall. Tell yourself, you know what, maybe I'm making a couple cents today, but if I stick with it and I actually provide some participation and some input as a community and a group of people who care about each other, we can actually do something awesome for everyone. Okay, we have the power with the people that we have right now to generate enough income through the affiliate site and the shop to make enough to pay double the amount of advertisers that we have right now. Okay, you could either take double, or we could help another 8,000 to 9,000 people make some extra money to help themselves in their lives. That's what we're here for. Okay, that's why we are doing this at INTELLAGROUP. Slow earnings. You know this was coming. Okay, slow earnings has to be addressed because the two words, when put together in regards to the Revshare, equals two things: uninformed, misinformed. Okay, slow earnings is the most widely used complaint from people who don't understand rev shares and even less knowledge about investing. Okay, Kiki, I hope you're paying attention here. Information is widely available to educate yourself about investment vehicles, and it is suggested you get informed before gambling. Obviously, it's in quotations, so don't take it personally. Your hard-earned money with an internet company that makes outrageous claims about earnings and percentages. We've all seen them. They have really pretty awesome JavaScript Flash backgrounds moving this and everything that, and 20% in X amount of days or something like that. Guys, please just educate yourself on how unreal that is. Please, like, do it for yourself and everyone that you involve in your programs and everyone that you talk to, that you say, hey, I'm making money online. You guys really need to educate yourselves, please. Okay, every single program that exists on Earth, on the internet, will end up with slow earnings affliction. Now, why is this? It's because they have no way to generate income outside of the new members' funds. The new members' deposits is it. The small membership fees are it. Okay, if you look a little bit deeper into the description of a Ponzi scheme, you'll see that a lot of times memberships are put in place for people to grab some extra cash to funnel up to the people who got in first. Well, that's not why we have memberships here. We have memberships here because, you know what, we're proud of something that we created. And if you're proud enough to be a part of it and want to tell people about it, then we feel that a small membership fee is warranted to show that you're serious about doing something alongside people who are as serious as we are. Now, IntelliShares uses real retail profits as well as partnership commissions to bolster earnings. Until the shop and market produce enough income to perpetuate earnings, limitations are set to protect all members from commissions and high pack collection withdrawals. Once revenues resume, earnings resume. It's plain and simple. Okay, I want to say something else here. It kind of ties back to something I just said. The shop and market produce enough income to perpetuate earnings. Okay, that means we could perpetuate the earnings that you have now at the rate that we're paying you now to do the small amount of work that we ask you to do now, or we could double up and pay 20,000 people what you're seeing right now. And you know what? That's really helpful to a lot of people. It's something to be proud of. Okay, I know that everybody wants their pocketbooks to be fat, and in the program, IntelliShares isn't paying a lot, but it's got the people who are working their ass off and this, that, and the other thing. You know, I want everybody to succeed. I want all other owners to follow suit and find ways to make money. I want us all to be a giant community. I want there, instead of to be 50,000 people in the community, I want there to be 1 million. Imagine what 1 million people generating money through a retail outlet can do. The advertising money and the pure traffic alone is insane, guys. We can really do this together. Excuse me, I had to get some Arizona iced tea. Yes, I still buy $1 Arizona iced tea. That's how rich we are here. I want to talk to you guys about top leaders. It's kind of a touchy subject because some people take it personally. If you put yourself in this category, I'm sorry. Don't put yourself in this category. Don't be a quote unquote top leader. Be a good leader. Okay. Be a person of vision, a humanitarian. Don't be a top leader in a Revshare program. I'm going to explain to you why. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, in reality, so-called top leaders put a larger strain on a Revshare than any other element. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. First off, we'll start. What the heck is a top leader anyway? I'm sorry, I find this humorous, guys, because I try to be a really good leader and I don't have a gigantic list of people that I blow off emails to every day. It's just not my style. Call me old-fashioned, but I actually give a crap about people. These people are usually self-proclaimed. Okay, they are more often than not hidden behind a generic profile or nothing more than a commission-seeking list builder who couldn't care less about their referrals. There are a ton of them out there. If you took it personally, maybe you need to relook at the way you're doing things. They often provide substantial hype in the pre-launch phase and then seemingly vanish once earnings decline or a new program hits the market, and they are off bombarding their so-called opt-ins lists. There's some laws in place about opt-ins lists and spam. You guys should educate yourself on that because a ton of these opt-ins lists are just total bogus crap and they have to let you out of the list. You don't have to get a million spam emails every day. Educate yourself. Okay, this type of stuff's not personal. It's not professional. It's not ethical. It's not Intella, basically. Okay. The TPs, don't take it personal if you put yourself in the top leaders category. Like I said, just look in the mirror and think about what you're doing. They do bring a lot of people. However, they normally purchase little to no advertising packs, which doesn't help the program at all. And they only withdraw the commission. Commissions are paid directly from your deposits. They never even touch the pool. They don't contribute to any revenue sharing whatsoever. It's not even part of the purchase. The money just goes from you to them. Top leaders siphon this money out of the program, plain and simple. There's no other way. It is the dirty way of the program. It is how it works. Okay, there's no other way. If there's no outside money coming in, how can you be paid money that doesn't exist? You know what I mean? The money's coming from your referrals. You're taking it from them, and or top leaders are sending out thousands of lists. They're getting hundreds and hundreds of dollars in commissions that should be going to the pool that you think are reflected in your purchases, and before you know it, the money's all gone and you're left stuck, like we talked about earlier, and that sucks. So you got to remember that this money doesn't hit the pool. The top leaders siphon this money out of the program. That's the way it is. And you got to remember that when you're complaining about commissions, okay, you have to realize that what you're doing is taking money directly from other members. There's no sharing going on. It's just, oh, that's mine. That just hurts the program. There's no other way to slice it. Like I said, I hope I made it clear the way that works. Somebody, makes a $20 purchase. You get 10% of that, $2, but they're still purchasing $20 worth. So where does that $2 come from? Okay. It comes from somebody else. That's where it comes from. Traffic exchange. This is pretty important too. Just because I feel like a lot of people have a misconception about the product that we have and the product that Revshares kind of have in general, this banner stuff and everything like that. I want to explain something to you here. Okay, a traffic exchange is actually immensely valuable until it is devalued by lazy affiliates and referrals. Okay, what I mean by that is people who are not actively advertising don't see the returns of advertising, so they can't be a spokesperson for advertising, and they don't advertise, so their referrals see them not advertising, they don't take it serious, and they don't advertise, and it's a long line of BS. See how that happens? That's what's happening. It's happening in every single program. There's empty spots. There's the same ad 3 times. You're not getting it. There's value there. Check this out. Guaranteed visits to your website is like a guaranteed customer in your neighborhood store. Without customers, your business would fail. That's, business 101. Without visitors to your website or URL, you're not going to reach your goals. If your goal is to not have to get up and go to work and have a boss and just make money online, that's not going to do it. Okay, you need to advertise, you need to get your act together, get organized, and realize what you have in your hands. Now, the current biz directory, admittedly, okay, you're hearing the words, and we're recording them, leaves something to be desired in regards to geographical needs and aesthetics. So what are we going to do? We are going to have a new script built from blank. It is going to take time. Building a script takes months. Finding the right people to build the right script that we can communicate also takes time. We will find these people. The script will be built. We are going nowhere but up. If you don't believe me, that is your problem. It will meet the requirements that a $10 advertising product should warrant. Okay, a little homework for you here. Take some time later and research the cost of traditional advertising and campaigning with a large .com agency. You're going to see that a $10 pack is indeed valuable. As time goes on, their value will continue to grow as we bring you an improved medium and refined experience. Our commitment to growth alone makes us anti-Ponzi. Arm yourself with knowledge or be made to feel like a fool. Not advertising, not using your advertising plan, list your biz under biz directory, even in its infantile state, is still foolish, okay? Let me explain why. When you buy an advertising pack, you are purchasing a powerful product. Those claiming that this product has no value are fitting into the categories known as posers and wannabe investors. This isn't an investment program. None of these RevShares are investment programs, okay? It's a game. You're playing a game with your money. You have to be informed and know how the game works in order to play it correctly. Too many people are throwing money up in the air and thinking that more is going to fall down than they threw up and not understanding how it works. If you use your advertising to your advantage as leverage, you will ultimately be more happy with your outcome from that advertising than you are from the sense that INTELLAGROUP is going to be paying you for viewing ads every day. Okay? Those claim, like I said, fit into those categories. Don't be in those categories. Don't be a wannabe investor. Be an advertiser. Okay? Be a businessman, a businesswoman. Be someone who's proud of what you're doing. The fact is that every single guaranteed visitor is a potential customer. I'm sure that we all know some business owners in our area that would be more than happy to give you $10 for 1,000 people through their front door. Guaranteed. Okay? If you're guaranteeing somebody 1,000 people in their bakery, in their shop, in whatever store they have, their sneaker, clothing store, if you guarantee them 1,000 people in the store over whatever amount of time for $10, they're going to jump for joy. Okay? You're minimizing that. You're taking something that's awesome and you're making it into something that you're saying is a non-valuable product. People are calling PayPal and telling them that we're being scammed. We're not receiving any valuable product. It's such BS. This is not investing, okay? Come on, guys. Let's get educated. Let's do something good together. Okay, this puts a slice of humble pie in your stomach. I mean, when I figured this all out, it really put me in perspective. Okay, just because you're too lazy to advertise or learn how to advertise doesn't mean the product doesn't have value. It means you don't understand what the value is. Find something to advertise and watch how exciting it is to see hundreds of visits to your site through analytics. Stop gambling your money and own your businesses. You can really do well, okay? I know that you can make $50,000 to $100,000 a year in INTELLAGROUP right now, but if we all work together and we get this thing on fire, who knows what the possibilities are? What if every purchase of the people that we know is all through the hub? What if every single purchase of everything that we know is generating affiliate commissions that we can pay out to people for viewing ads every day? You know what I mean? How about when we expand the advertising platform aspect and you're able to do things locally? You're able to search locally. You're able to download coupons and stuff to do things locally. It's sort of like a Groupon aspect where the advertising is actually more valuable. This stuff is all on paper. You know what I mean? We want to move forward with this, but we really want to educate you on what's going on and what the reality is first so that you guys don't get sour. We got to prevent that. Education is the power, guys. We have to get together to make this happen. Okay, in conclusion, I just want to say a word about INTELLAGROUP, okay? Many members are conditioned to believe that all admins, and I hate that term admins, it's a belittling word, an admin. An admin is somebody who gives you information and is there to help you and and provides a selfless nature of assistance. Okay, you can't, when somebody owns a company, there's a level of respect that comes with that. That's just me. Maybe that's the way my father taught me. But you know what? The other three members, the other three owners, the other three horsemen, they all came up the same way. And they expect, for the amount of work that they're putting in and the fact that they deem a title owner, they expect a little bit of that respect. And the fact that we're working really hard and trying to break the news to you guys that this isn't a fairy tale game and we don't print money, you know, we hope that everybody can actually have a bigger respect for each other moving forward, and that we can put in sort of a checks and balances for all these new programs coming out, and we can make sure that everybody has accountability. Okay. Many members are conditioned to believe that all admins are going to eventually drip drop earnings and make off with the cash. Okay. I can't speak for the other owners. I wish I could. But I'll tell you right now that the 4 Horsemen aren't going anywhere, and INTELLAGROUP will be bigger than any internet presence in the RevShare realm. Is that a bold statement? Yes. Am I a bold person? Yes. Are the other 3 horsemen bold people? Yes. And we're going to do it. Okay, we're going to do it. You don't want to believe it? Like I said, that's your problem. This is our company, our dream, and our baby. If I haven't made that apparent, I don't think I can. You members are our family. Yes, we fight and bicker, but we have each other's backs. And I'll tell you something, if you don't have our back, then you don't understand Intella. And there's no other way to slice it. You know, that's me, Jay. I'm happy you guys could listen to me rant on about the truth about RevShares. This is only the first part of a 3-part series. The next part, we're going to get more in depth with IntelliShares in the future and how things go in the complete opposite direction of a scheme or scam, and how your patience can really be rewarded and all that kind of stuff. I am going to read this legal blurb out loud just so everyone can be aware of the level that we're on right now and how serious we are about moving forward. INTELLAGROUP is consulting New York State attorneys regarding public defamation civil suits. Any publications citing INTELLAGROUP or any of its divisions as a scam, scheme, PONZI, pyramid, or any other verbiage detrimental to the growth and future of this corporation locally and globally can and will receive legal communications from our attorneys at any given time. Be advised, we are building something that will benefit thousands, and we need to make it known that we are not to be misadvertised or taken lightly. Advertise and enjoy the ride, as you are few of the many thousands that will come to advertise their ideas and websites with us. Really, guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope this provided some insight. I hope you can go out and give some insight and some education to other, the other members and other people who weren't able to be here, and people who don't know about IntelliShares, and people who are getting caught up in the industry in the wrong light. This will be posted as it has been recorded. I can't give you a specific time, but I am going to slightly edit and post a edited version. There will be a version on the website. There will also be a version in the group. Thanks again, guys. I hope you have a great night.